real good feeling. This place is jumping off hard as it can get. No, we won't ever stop dancing on the edge. We like it dangerous, we like to see you spit. Turn up another notch, you ain't seen nothing yet. Let me tell you something, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, let me tell you something. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Got a real good feeling. Right now, right now. 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 Oh, I got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. I got a real good feeling.
Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and in today's live stream, we are going to be discussing some new price predictions coming out of Germany by a man named Michael. He thinks that Bitcoin is heading to $450,000 by the end of this bull cycle, and he also has some other major price predictions on several other cryptocurrencies. In case you didn't know, I'm having to wear my aviators because I just got back from a plane trip to the moon. I went into the future and I saw where Bitcoin is going. It's going straight to the moon. I'm just kidding. My glasses broke, and this is the only thing that I have, this prescription. I am joined today, as always, by our co-host, The Beard. How you doing, Tim?
What's up, everybody? I'm joined by my co-host, Shades. So if you guys like Shades, give him a like in the video, too.
Oh, they can't even see it, Tim.
They can't see Shades!
You're like zoomed in too far.
What?
Shades, can you see him?
Yeah, you can see him.
Awesome. Okay. Maybe I just can't see it on my
see it.
screen. I am also joined, as always, by our producer, who is getting ever more set up with all kinds of tech.
Yeah.
Smay. Welcome to the show, Smay.
Hi guys, hello.
Shout out to Smee the Tree.
My sound bites here.
Someone said, Paul the Wall predicted earlier that Jebb was still going to be wearing shades because of broken glasses, and Smay's mic was going to be muted again.
Classic.
Which is
It's classic.
That's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. Guys, we have a lot to talk about in today's live stream. If you enjoy today's stream, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.
Holy cow.
What's up, Tim?
Cardano just shot to 129.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
What? What? You're right.
What in the
Breaking
world?
news, everyone. Cardano just had a huge breakout while we were sitting down to film this.
Looks like Team Beard is going to win that price prediction.
Well, speaking of which, let's have an update on those price predictions, Tim. What were our predictions for Friday? Can you go ahead and update us?
Where we are in the race. By the way, if you guys have tuned in yesterday, we are doing a price prediction every Monday for what it's going to look like on Friday, so you guys get to see where we're going with it. ADA, Smay said it was going to be at 115. So unless we have a massive correction, he's not off to a great start there. Jebb said 125. Fair. That's fair. But Team Beard said 130. Looking nice. Looking like I might have underbid. That's okay. On Ethereum, the predictions were Smay 2100. Sitting right around there, but I think it's going to go up a little bit more. Jebb, super bullish, said 2,400. Tim said 2,206. I think we're going to end up getting there.
Yep.
I like where I'm sitting at the moment.
Yep.
And last of all, Bitcoin, it's going to freaking finally break over the 60.
Let's go.
Because Smay said 62, Jebb said 63, and Tim said 63, 820, and 95 cents.
For the kicks and giggles.
We'll talk about that again at the end of the show, but
Yes, sir.
I am liking where I am sitting as the crypto beard. Let me know what you guys think.
You know what I'm liking, guys? I'm liking the number of likes on this stream. If you haven't hit the like button, by the way, there's over 400 of y'all already in here. Make sure to smash that like button. Doesn't cost you a thing. Helps out the channel, and it helps us to continue our mission of evangelizing the Bitcoin gospel so the more people can find out about the good news that is Bitcoin and the future for our world that it holds. Guys, we are going to be doing a lot of technical analysis in today's live stream. Drop a 1 in chat if you are ready, and we are going to start with an article coming from a man named Michael. Smay, if you'll switch to my screen, we can go ahead and get started. Trader Michael von de Poppy. I have no clue how to pronounce that, so forgive me for all of my Deutsch speakers out there. Dankeschön, I appreciate it. He reveals his maximum price targets for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and 5 other cryptocurrency assets, and they are massive. Closely followed trader, we're going to call him Mike, is unveiling how high Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and a handful of other crypto assets can rise before the bull market expires. In a new tweet, Mike tells his 192,000 followers, drop a 1 in chat if you'd like to see him join us on stream, we might try and do that he expects BTC to end the bull market with a price tag between $350,000 and $450,000. From BTC's current value of $58,400, the trader's apex target represents an upside potential of over 670%. For context, guys, that would take you something like 30 years to achieve in the stock market, if not even longer. Moving quickly through this, he also believes that Ethereum will climb to between $10,000 and $17,500 before the end of the bull cycle. And he also believes that Cardano will rally to between $10 and $20. And in fact, I had a call with Ben over from BitBoy Crypto yesterday, and he and I both talked about our Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano price predictions in a video that will be coming out on both of our channels later today. I'm actually pretty much in agreement with this Cardano price prediction of around $10 to $20 by the end of the bull cycle. I think it'll be somewhere between 8 and 15. Makes a lot of sense to me. I'll quickly run through the rest of these, and then we will get into some TA on these coins. He says that DOT could be trading between 250 and 350, which it is currently sitting around 44. That would be a large rally. And then we also see that he predicts Chainlink between 250 and 350, ZIL between $5 and $7, eGold between $500 and $700, and DIA between 50 and 75. Go ahead and jump back to me real quick, Smay, and let's go ahead and go over all of this.
The guy was Dutch, by the way.
What was that?
Dutch.
The
Yeah,
guy's
people are
Dutch.
saying he's Dutch. It was a total guess.
He's Dutch.
We just
Okay.
looked at the spelling of his name and thought
All I know
it
is that
German.
he had the, what is it called? A umlaut. An umlaut?
I don't know.
Is that
He
what I
had
said?
dots over his
He had the
letter.
dots over the E, and that's called an
Classic German.
Classic German fella. Okay, he's Dutch.
He's Dutch.
There you go.
He's Dutch.
All right. Well, either way, I like his predictions, and I'm actually inclined to agree on that Bitcoin price prediction. Here's the thing, guys. I think that Bitcoin is going to rally quite a bit longer than a lot of other people think. I think we are moving out of the price discovery phase that Bitcoin has been in for the last 12 years, and I strongly believe that Bitcoin is moving fast in the direction of mass adoption. I think it's going to take time, but I think the dominoes are starting to fall in a big, big way. And in that, I encourage you to continue studying Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. I can encourage you to continue studying fundamental and technical analysis. I encourage you to keep sharpening your saw. Drop a 1 in chat if you've ever read The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. That is a fantastic book. Habit number 7, the most important one that ties everything up into a bow, is called Sharpen the Saw. That book has sold over 30 million copies because of how valuable this one habit is. Sharpen the saw. That means continuing to grow, continuing to learn, reading books, watching through videos, taking courses, continuing your education. I encourage you to continue investing in your education because that is where you will make the most of these crazy price targets. So let's go ahead and jump on into the technical analysis, and we will discuss exactly why I'm inclined to agree with our friend who is Dutch. Go ahead and like the video if you haven't already. Let's go ahead and jump on to the charts, May. If you will do the honors, we will get started. Guys, as you know, Bitcoin has an all-time high of around $62,000 right now, and its current high that was set just a few days ago was set at almost exactly $60,000. We'll go ahead and draw a horizontal line right there to represent that as our current resistance. Guys, I have made bullish price predictions on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano, and all three of those are contingent on Bitcoin breaking out. Do not forget that Bitcoin follows, the cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin, the altcoins, follow Bitcoin. Whatever Bitcoin does, they are going to follow, generally speaking. Whenever Bitcoin is rallying, you can anticipate that the altcoins will do the same. There is sometimes a little bit of differentiation between those two, but in general, they correlate very strongly. Bitcoin needs to break $60,000 if we have a chance of Ethereum going to that $2,400 price target I put out, and for ADA going up to $1.50 and higher. So let's go ahead and look at this. As we can see, Bitcoin currently has an uptrending level of support right here and a downtrending level of resistance right here. This means that it's in a symmetrical triangle pattern, and that is indicative of a lack of volatility, a lack of volume, and lowering retail investor interest. Those three things characterize symmetrical triangle patterns, and whenever those three things break, you see a breakout on the chart. So if we start seeing volume come back in, volatility come back in, and retail investor interest come back in, then we should see a big rally. Let me break down what all three of those look like for you. Volume, as you can see, has been declining over the last 3 weeks. We want to see this start to rally, and that would indicate that we're going to break to the upside. Same thing is true with our Bollinger Bands. The Bollinger Bands indicate that we are seeing decreased volatility on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. That decreased volatility, along with that decreased volume, and if we go and look over on Google Trends, we can see the retail search interest for Bitcoin, the key term, and we will see that it has been gradually going down ever since January. Even since late February, we've seen a decrease in search interest on Bitcoin, which means less people are interested in Bitcoin. So those three metrics, volume, volatility, and retail investor interest, all three of them going down characterize a symmetrical triangle pattern. All three of them are down in this case, which means we are in a confirmed symmetrical triangle pattern. But what do symmetrical triangle patterns normally do? Symmetrical triangle patterns, which this is one of them, in case you guys don't know how to read symmetrical triangle patterns and you're in the Academy in CT2A, we have a video in here called Wedges and Pennants, and we talk about symmetrical triangle patterns, which are a type of pennant. In that video, I encourage you to go ahead and watch that. Links in the description box down below. What you normally see with symmetrical triangle patterns is that they will break in the direction that the market was moving when it moved into it. So let me repeat that. Normally, you will see a symmetrical triangle pattern will break out in the same direction that the market moved into that pattern. In other words, they are continuation patterns. They indicate the market is going to continue in the direction that it started in. So since Bitcoin rallied to the upside, moved sideways into this pattern, it will now likely move to the upside again. I've already talked about that in other streams, but I want to talk about one thing that one of our followers pointed out on Twitter just yesterday. Shout out to him. I'm actually going to go ahead and bring our Twitter up really quickly because I want to give a shout out to, let's see, who was it? This guy, I have no idea how to pronounce that name, but he pointed this out over on Twitter. Go ahead and follow us at CryptoJebb over on Twitter. I went ahead and retweeted what he said. Great eye for technical analysis, because he is saying that he sees an inverse head and shoulders pattern right here on Bitcoin with a left shoulder there, a head right here, and a right shoulder right here. And guys, I am absolutely inclined to agree with him. In fact, if we look down on the 4-hourly chart, what we're going to see is that we have an inverse head and shoulders pattern right here inside of a larger inverse head and shoulders pattern right here. What does this indicate? This indicates a lot of bullish strength on Bitcoin. Now, we've seen a symmetrical triangle pattern, which indicates that Bitcoin should continue to the upside. We've seen two inverse head and shoulders patterns overlapping on top of each other, which indicate that Bitcoin should continue to the upside. We've seen decreased volume, volatility, and retail investor interest, all of those things coming back in keeping with our low RSI, which we have plenty of room to run on right now, and the fact that even though MACD is trading sideways right now, could, on the drop of a hat, switch very bullish. We have the dominoes lined up, guys. What the market has done in the last month is we've lined up domino, 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 and what we are doing is we're waiting for someone to come in and knock those dominoes over and set some movement in motion. So guys, even if our predictions of $62,000, $64,000, $70,000 on Bitcoin don't happen in the time that we predicted them in, which I think we're going to be breaking 60K by the end of this week, even if we're wrong on the time, I am very confident on the target. So guys, I want to remind you also on technical analysis, when we're talking about price targets, it's not so much about the time as it is about the target. In this case, I think I've presented good enough evidence to why I believe that Bitcoin is going to rally to the upside. I would love to hear your opinions. I will leave you with one final thing, and that is none other than the 20-daily EMA. Notice 3 days ago, we pulled back and tested the 20-daily exponential moving average. Well, anyone who's gone through our academy knows that we have a dedicated video on the 20-daily EMA because it is that powerful. The 20-daily EMA being bounced off of is highly indicative that the bulls are in charge, and the bulls are about to push us even higher. So Smay, go back to me and let's go ahead and break that down. Tim, what do you think about the state of Bitcoin? Where do you think it's going? And how far do you think it can go based on everything that we've just talked about?
Well, it's really fascinating, and I think, first of all, before I even give my take on that, I want to let you guys know I'm seeing the comments. Let us know if you think that Jebb should go to a permanent sunglasses look for the show, because they are looking pretty sweet.
Let me know, guys.
But as far as back to Bitcoin, it's really funny. With
Drop a 1 in chat if you want the permanent sunglasses.
we talked about it the other day where there's a psychological barrier at that 60,000 that Bitcoin's trying to fight through, and it's really struggling. We've seen it bounce a couple times. As soon as it does, man, it's crazy. Like, while I don't know as much probably as this Dutch Michael, that 450, I would love for Bitcoin to get to 450. That would make me a lot of money.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's going to get that high, but that's also because I'm not looking that far out. What I'm trying right now to get my head around is let's get over this 60,000 hump, and then let's keep moving. Long term, long term, 450 is small. At the end of this bull cycle is where I'm like, I don't know. But I don't know that much to really make an opinion on that one. What I do know is the fundamentals on Bitcoin is great. The adoption that we see coming into it, the news happening. We see with the Grayscale news yesterday of their taking $15 million, I believe, and adding that to their ETF. Like, it's coming, and it's just like, it's literally like amount of pressure. Like, have you ever like dealt with a syringe or something? Like, pressure builds up, but it can't be released. And as soon as it's released, it just shoots, right? I could see it shooting to 75 within the next couple of weeks simply because we just got to overtake this $60,000 barrier. That's my thought.
Yeah, guys, the way I like to break down this idea of tension in the market, this is a word that I want you to take away from this stream. This is something that you can be thinking about for the next week because we're in a period of tension. Think about that word, tension. What does that mean? Let's say you have a spring and you push on that spring and you're trying to push it closer and closer and closer together, and you're building the tension. What are you doing? As a student of astrophysics, I can tell you what you're doing is you are building up the potential energy. You're converting kinetic energy of your hands into potential energy in the spring, meaning that as soon as you let go of that spring, what happens? The spring just explodes, right? It just releases all of that energy. It releases all of that tension. So what happens is that when you're building tension is that you're essentially storing energy in a kinetic bank. You're leaving energy in a battery. And then when you release it, all of that energy comes out. And what are we seeing right now, guys? We're seeing decreased volume, we're seeing decreased volatility, decreased retail investor interest. But we see better fundamentals than ever. So what does that mean? All of the bullishness from those fundamentals and all of these developments that we've seen over the last 2 months, all of that energy has to go somewhere. And instead of that energy exploding, what is happening? That energy is being pushed tighter and tighter and tighter into that spring. But eventually, my friends, the energy builds up, it gets to be too much, and it explodes. And that's what I think is going to happen to Bitcoin relatively soon, is all that tension is going to be released. Guys, if you like the stream, I'm going to let Smay go to hound you to hit that like button. Smay, can you tell us how important it is to hit the like button?
Hit the like button.
You heard him? You heard him. There you go. Hit the like button. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Guys, it's totally free. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it helps out the channel greatly. Smay, you look dead when you it just caught up on my end. You looked at the camera and you looked very, very sad that they hadn't hit the like button.
They haven't hit the like button.
Guys, while you're at it, smash that subscribe button. We're on a fast track to 100,000 subscribers, and I would love to see your smiling face around here even more. Guys, I think we are ready to move on to some Ethereum, or are we?
Let's do some Ethereum TA because, like that article was saying, Ethereum, he predicts, the same guy that predicts the 450, he's predicting that Ethereum can get anywhere as high as 10,000 to 17,000. Again,
Crazy.
I would love it. But let's see what the TA says.
Let's do it, guys. So without much further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump straight on to some Ethereum technical analysis. As you guys know, my standing price prediction for Ethereum is $2,400 by the end of the week. Let's go ahead and get started. Guys, the previous all-time high figure on Ethereum was $2,041. Before that, our previous all-time high figure was $1,428 as set back in 2018. In January of 2018, right around the time I got into the space, about 8 months after I joined crypto, we hit that all-time high. And right now, we are using that as support. So I just want to start off with a little bit of context here. This flat level, this level right here of $1,428, as you can see, we used it as support at the end of February, early March. That was a previous all-time high figure that up until the end of January was major resistance. It is now support. So everything we're going to say in this technical analysis, just keep in mind that everything that used to be difficult is now seen as easy. Everything that used to be seen as high is now seen as low. Everything that used to be seen as bullish is now seen as bearish because we are growing. Anyway, guys, Ethereum was in this pattern right here. It was in a symmetrical triangle pattern with a downtrend right there and an uptrend right there. We broke bullish in relation to some news coming out about, was it Visa or MasterCard working with Ethereum and Crypto.com? And
it was Visa.
It was Visa.
Visa
Yes,
and PayPal.
It was Visa and PayPal came out with some huge news about Ethereum. We talked about that last week. If you'd like, go back on the channel and watch our stream on that. You can look that up also and find more information on that. But we saw Ethereum break bullish here, broke above around $1,850, and ever since then, my Ethereum portfolio has been doing quite well. Drop a 1 in the chat if yours has been too, and make sure you smash that like button. But guys, ever since that rally occurred, we saw something very important happen. We saw a very strong bullish MACD cross on Ethereum. Now, I want to contrast this Ethereum USD MACD to Bitcoin's MACD. Take a look at Bitcoin's MACD here. What does the last 7 days on Bitcoin look like? Very flat MACD because there's not a lot of hype in this space right now. What has Ethereum seen? We've seen very bullish MACD. This is an important comparison because if you'll take notice, Ethereum was in a symmetrical triangle pattern just like this up until about a week ago. Where is Bitcoin right now? Bitcoin is still in a symmetrical triangle pattern. What did Ethereum do? Ethereum broke bullish out of that symmetrical triangle pattern. What has Bitcoin not done yet? Bitcoin has not broken out of that symmetrical triangle pattern. I want to make something very clear, guys. Sometimes Bitcoin follows Ethereum. Normally, Ethereum follows Bitcoin. If you look at the previous all-time highs, I'll go ahead and show you this. When did Ethereum hit its all-time high back in 2018? The 12th of January. Bitcoin hit its all-time high back on, if I remember correctly, the 16th of December 2017. 16th and 17th of December, Bitcoin hit all-time high. So Ethereum was lagging a month behind at that point in history. Right now, though, it seems that Ethereum is taking the lead, rallying all of these altcoins that have been popping off like popcorn kernels over the last several weeks and the last several months. Ethereum has broken bullish in the same way that I see Bitcoin will. So when you see me being very bullish on Bitcoin, I'm pulling that opinion from many different places. I'm pulling it from the Ethereum chart. I'm pulling it from ADA. I'm pulling it from the fundamentals. I'm pulling it from the technicals. I'm pulling it from everywhere. I'm pulling it from polling data. I'm pulling it from all kinds of different areas. Anyway, as far as Ethereum is concerned, we set a new all-time high of $2,150 4 days ago, and we are currently still very far above the 20 daily EMA. You can see that level right here. The RSI, even though we've been seeing a big rally, is not overextended. We're only at 65. Guys, not even that long ago, we saw RSI on Ethereum rally to 90. Plenty of room to continue this rally, especially with the bullish developments going on behind the scenes fundamentally with Ethereum and other projects relating to it. Looking at the Bollinger Bands, we can see that Ethereum got overextended on the bands, and that is why we needed to consolidate here for a couple of days. But at the end of the day, the fact that the Bollinger Bands have widened, notice this, guys. Remember what we talked about with volume volatility and retail investor interest earlier on Bitcoin? We can see the Bollinger Bands have widened. The volume has increased slightly, but not majorly. I would attribute that to the lack of bullishness on Bitcoin, not a lack of bullishness on Ethereum. And we've also, I'm not going to go into it, but we have seen an increased search volume on Ethereum. Ethereum has had a strong breakout and is likely to continue this rally even farther because of that. Let's wrap up here real quick by looking at the hourly chart on ETH. We can see that Ethereum has set a double top at its current all-time high, and it's set a double bottom right here. We are currently trading sideways, and Ethereum is waiting for something big to happen so that it can continue to rally to the upside, and I think that event will be none other than the Bitcoin breakout. So, Smay, let's go ahead and discuss and do some analysis on this if we can go full screen. Tim, what do you think on this? I'll tell you what I think. I think that Ethereum has started something that Bitcoin is going to have to come in and continue with, and then both of them will run together. I think Ethereum knocked over the first domino, Bitcoin needs to knock over the second domino, and then both of them will continue together. What do you think, friend?
I think I want to wrap this up really quickly because we need to get into the ADA stuff because it's continuing to climb as we're talking, and I know you guys want that news. What I think is with the information happening with the Berlin project and the Berlin fix coming here in I think a week and a half or so, and then we're looking at July with the London project and the EIP 1559, it's going to solve a lot of problems that Ethereum has with gas fees. That being said, though, unless you guys have something else to say, this Cardano news, and I just found a new article you'll see in the report, Jeb.
Okay.
Cardano news is emerging because they're making moves, and Charles Hoskinson is ready for that full. But we've been asking for a while now, when is ADA finally going to step up and start taking a role in the NFT game? When are they going to step up? And we've been saying that they're going to rival Ethereum for a while, but then Ethereum seemed to be pulling away. Is this potentially the start of ADA's mad approach to overtake Ethereum? Let's look at the technicals and talk about the fundamentals as well, as long as we don't have anything else to talk about with Ethereum.
Shall we start with this article that you just put in here?
Sure, let's do it.
Cardano boss explains why Africa will leap. That one?
Yes.
All right, guys, I have not had a chance to read this article. Tim just found this, and it looks like it was just published a couple of minutes ago. I take that back. It was published a little while ago, but I think it's
this
still...
one was probably back in March, but it explains
Yes.
what's happening right now.
Yes, exactly. So let's go ahead and read through this. I'm going to be reading this with you guys. Cardano boss explains why Africa will leapfrog the rest of the world in blockchain adoption. Tim, is there anything that we ought to know as kind of some exposition before we move into this article and what the point is of all this? What exactly
as far
is
as
this going over?
the importance of this news?
Yes, what is it going
Well,
over?
so first of all, as you guys know about ADA, Charles has been very outspoken about his taking this platform to Africa because he has a heart to help the people there that are very, very intelligent, but just due to their banking system, they can't really actually help with economical growth in their country or even the world economy. This news of what he personally believes that Cardano is going to be the future in Africa. And what he is saying here in this article, as Jebb's going to be reading it, is that he thinks Africa will surpass the rest of the world in blockchain adoption, which includes NFTs, which includes projects, which includes all these things. And the reason he's saying that is because, first of all, Africa is a massive continent.
Yes.
And they are very intelligent. They just have been held back by the banking systems there. Cardano will solve the problem that has been keeping a barrier between the African technological intelligence and helping the world actually evolve. That's what this is talking about, and that's what we've been seeing happen the last couple of days. I think someone even mentioned in the comments, we just saw his what do you call it? Like conference, like his thing.
His conference,
in Africa, and he's talking about how there's so much movement going on because we're already seeing ADA start to be adopted, blockchain development, NFT development in Africa. And as Charles is predicting, he thinks Africa is going to become potentially the forefront, like the front grounds of blockchain development.
Yep.
And it's going to be doing it through ADA because that's who's been targeting them.
Awesome, guys. So let's go ahead and read this article real quick, and then we'll jump onto the chart. I know you guys are anxious to see what's going on Cardano and why it is having a big rally, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Charles Hoskin said that Cardano ecosystem would benefit greatly from Africa's accelerating infrastructure development. By implementing a blockchain backbone, Hodgkinson sees the continent leapfrogging other nations in the coming decade. By the way, I harp on this book almost every single stream, but I'm going to harp on it again. If you haven't read the Bitcoin Standard, you need to. If you read that book, you will fully understand why Africa is about to become an economic juggernaut of the 21st century, and Cardano and Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are going to be a huge part of that. Shout out to all of our African viewers, looking forward to seeing that happen. Why is Cardano focusing on Africa? When asked why Cardano is targeting Africa, Hoskinson said the region represents a promising prospect, especially now in 2021, which wasn't the case 10 years and before. They have grown very quickly, by the way, guys. Africa is one of the fastest growing economic regions in the world, and for good reason. He explained that Africa is rising in terms of technological development. First is the expansion of internet infrastructure in the region, and more importantly, the rate at which internet adoption is occurring. It's going exponential at this moment in history. Hoskinson said that this fits with a younger demographic of digital natives who are tech savvy, as well as a younger, more in-tune leadership that's cognizant of blockchain technology's potential benefits. If you look at Starlink, if you look at the rate of people coming online, if you look at the demographics of the governments, it used to be all the leaders were in their 70s and 80s, and they were the kind of leftovers from bad eras. Now they're younger. They're in their 40s and their 50s. They're Western educated. But the biggest driver of change in Africa is the need to overhaul every major administrative, legislative, and especially financial system over the next decade or so, which is exactly what Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and blockchain technology is here to do. Give an example of Pakistan's phone network. Hoskinson said officials in the country do not go down the copper cable route. Instead, Pakistan jumped on 4G towers. This gave better coverage at a fraction of the cost and reduced installation time, using technology to bring millions of people online into the 21st century and utilize technology to make the most of that human capital and the intelligence on that continent. This is incredible, guys. I think that's all I wanted to read on this article, guys. What I'm trying to point out here is that Cardano is not just a cryptocurrency that is aimed at making you money, in the same way that Bitcoin is not a cryptocurrency that was designed to make you rich. These cryptocurrencies are designed to solve an intrinsic problem that humanity as a whole faces. And that, my friends, is why I am a huge proponent of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano, because these three projects are at the forefront of solving huge technological issues that have plagued humanity for thousands and thousands of years, and Hoskinson sees this. He believes, and that's what it all boils down to, is what do you believe? Hoskinson believes that if he can bring the African continent online into the 21st century and have them utilize blockchain technology, they will build a civilization founded on limited supply coins like Cardano. Cardano is a limited supply cryptocurrency. Utilize blockchain technology and make the most of the resources at hand. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump on into our Cardano technical analysis, because just a couple of minutes ago it jumped all the way to $1.34. So if we'll go ahead and switch over here, then we can get started. Guys, I'm on the hourly chart for Cardano. Let's start on the daily chart. You guys will know that Cardano has been below a level of resistance at $1.24. We've talked about that quite a bit on the channel, and we also had a level of resistance at around $1.28.5, both of which Cardano has breached in the last hour. In the last hour, Cardano has broken two major levels of resistance that have been sitting on my chart for the last week and a half. Cardano has smashed them. Shout out to the Cardano team. One thing you need to know about Cardano, guys, is that with this movement, we have now seen a bullish MACD cross on Cardano. Below that air horn, Smay, I know you have one, right?
I don't have an air horn, but I have a cheers.
You have a cheers? Okay, awesome. That'll work. Okay, cheers, guys. We just saw a bullish MACD cross on Cardano. That's a big deal. At the end of the day, whenever you see a bullish MACD cross on a cryptocurrency, it results in a large uptrend. We've just seen that happen on Cardano, and this may be the straw that broke the camel's back and released all that tension we were talking about earlier, and will allow Cardano to rally back to all-time high and farther. We can see RSI is trending to the upside, is sitting around 60. That looks very healthy. And if we take a look at our 20 daily exponential moving average, we can see that Cardano never actually fell below it. We continued to use it as support this entire time, which meant that we were simply waiting for a catalyst, some kind of major announcement or some kind of major technical move that would result in a big breakout. At this moment, because this happened during the stream, I haven't had a chance to go and see exactly what caused this. Tim, do you know if any news resulted in this development?
Cause which? The ADA news?
This big breakout on Cardano.
No, it would be Charles Hoskinson going live about, he had a video, I think, earlier, either today or yesterday, where he was talking about the new movement on it, speaking about the blockchain development, the adoption. We had that news last week, that Canadian company that invested $300,000 into it. Not a massive amount of money, but it was the first step. I think we're going to see more news break of even more companies adopting ADA and using ADA as a platform. But go ahead, let us know in chat. What are your thoughts? I've seen some comments. Some people think Africa for sure is doing exactly what Charles thinks is going to do, is become the forefront of blockchain development and adoption. Some people disagree. Let us know in chat what you think. Ask some good questions. That's the other thing, is we want to answer your guys' questions. So if you guys ask us something good, we'll be able to get that answered.
Yep. So guys, let's go ahead and wrap up this Cardano technical analysis. There are a few more things I want to talk about. Namely, we saw volatility decreasing on Cardano over the weekend. However, with this new breakout, starting tomorrow, Bollinger Bands will start to widen as they are detailed by the amount of volatility on the market. The Bollinger Bands will start to widen. That will be a good sign. We've seen decreasing volatility, decreasing volume, decreasing search interest. In fact, on the 4th, we saw almost no volume at all on Cardano. That is going to start changing as Cardano starts to rally. Tim, what do you got?
The Ethiopian signing is what is causing all of this.
Okay,
that's what's happening.
Let's go to full screen real quick. Can you give us a little bit of detail about that?
I got to do a little bit of research on that.
All
I know
right.
there was that conference going on.
Right.
So I just need to know a little bit more.
Go for it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this TA, and then hopefully you'll be able to give us some info on that as that is breaking and developing. Guys, we can also see that Cardano is in an uptrend. It's sitting around 2 on the TD sequential. We can see that it's sitting above all of its major moving averages, so that is healthy. We can also see, guys, and this is perhaps one of the most important things that we can ascertain from our technicals, is that Cardano has established large and strong support in between the region of $1 and $1.50 on its VPVR. That means that any future rallies are going to have this region of between $1 and $1.50 as strong support upon which they can build increased rallies, and they can come back and use this support should Cardano go to $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 and need to correct. It will always be able to come back here for safety. It is very unlikely, in my opinion, at this point, that Cardano will drop below $1, especially with all of the things going on in cryptocurrency right now, driving Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano rallies and adoption. So Smay, go ahead and go back to full screen. Let's talk about Cardano for a little bit. I also want to touch on XRP before we wrap the stream out. We're going to get to that here in a second. Drop a 1 in chat if you were excited for that. Tim, do you have any information on that?
Yes, so I did a quick look up. First of all, this deal, and this is because I'm newer to this, I did not know, there's been talk about this Ethiopian deal being done since February. So this news has been coming and been being waited for since February. As it was tweeted earlier, and I remember I said this on I think last Friday's show, I'm not sure which day, that tweet that he put out about it was the bird and it had John Hancock. It was cryptic.
Yes.
We weren't sure what.
Yep.
This is what he was referencing. The signing of the Ethiopian deal that has been in the works since February finally went through, and that is what is causing this uptrend in Cardano. It is just the first of many, it looks like. There's going to be a lot of deals being made with Cardano in blockchain adoption. People are very excited, but that's what this is. This is just the breaking of that.
Yeah, so guys, I actually just showed you a second ago that tweet from Charles Hoskinson. We talked about this on a stream a few days ago, I believe, with the bird and with Hancock with the signing. That is more than likely what is driving this price rally on not on Bitcoin, on Cardano. Drop a 1 in chat if you are excited for Cardano. I think it's a great project. It's a project that we're talking about investing in. I think it has a bright future, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Guys, I think we can go ahead and move on to some XRP news, actually.
XRP news.
We just had
Who would have
rally.
thought that we would have done some content on XRP?
Who would have thought it? Who would have thought it? Tim, do you remember that time that you did XRP Technical Analysis?
I did. And it's still pretty solid, I think.
Yeah. No, actually, I believe I have that technical analysis still on the chart. Let me see if I do.
Oh
So, can you switch to me real quick? Let's see if I can find this technical analysis. Are we on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I go down to the hourly chart, I believe I have the technical analysis that Tim did around here somewhere.
Oh, there it
There we
is.
go. It says, it sucks, don't buy. That's what your technical analysis said. It said, it sucks,
Listen, if
don't
you
buy.
look really close, that's what it was spelling
If you look
out
really
with the
close,
graph.
that's literally what it says. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know how else to say this. That's just literally what happens there. And then if you look, you see this big circle right here. It just jumped off a cliff because it sucks. Don't buy. No, but jokes aside, guys, XRP seems to be, Ripple, the company, seems to be winning the case against the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Yes, they do.
It
Yeah.
seems like they may well get relisted on many different exchanges. It seems like they will come back. Let me go to full screen real quick and explain why I am not a fan of XRP. We'll do technical analysis right after that. This is not a slide against anyone that's invested in XRP. You go do your thing, my friend. However, I'll tell you why I'm not a fan of it. The reason I'm not a fan of it is because Bitcoin was designed to overthrow the banking sector. It was designed to overthrow traditional financial systems and put the power of currency back in the people's hands. Ripple, the company, I want to be very, very clear on this, actually has a very interesting business model. Helping the banks with international remittances and payments is a great idea. It is a jacked up system. Here's the problem. The entire business model that Ripple is based on is a Band-Aid on an open wound. The banking system does not need a Band-Aid. It needs heart surgery. And that's what Bitcoin is designed to do. So when I say I don't like XRP, it's because, number one, XRP is a security, cryptocurrency, whatever, of the parent company Ripple, which is a good idea of a company, but it's putting a Band-Aid on an open wound. And number two, guys, everything Ripple is doing as a parent company does not drive value back to XRP because XRP is not necessary in its products. If you'd like more information on that, I can do a video on it. I'm not a hater of XRP, guys. It's just not something that I'm personally invested in. So when we're joking about XRP, it is nothing more than a joke. We do believe what we're saying, but we're only being silly in our interpretation of it sucks and it shouldn't be bought. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and jump on to some technical analysis, and we can look at what has happened here in the last couple of days. We can see that over the span of 2 days, XRP rallied 92.7%, and all of the XRP hodlers went crazy and got very excited. Shout out to you if you made some money on this. I'm very happy for you, my friend. That is awesome. We saw that big rally happen, and in doing so, we saw the MACD continue to be bullish. We saw the RSI jumped up to 83. We saw that volume came back in a huge way. We've seen a pump on XRP. In fact, we've even seen that it's not hit 9 flash on TD sequential. It's obviously above its 20 daily EMA. And is obviously going to use this opportunity to build some VPVR support. Not to kill and not to be not to ruin the joy that you have in you if you're an XRP hodler, but I just do want to make one thing very clear. This is the all-time high on Ethereum, on XRP, sitting up at $3.33. To return to all-time high, XRP would need to rally 205%. For Bitcoin to return to all-time high, it would need to crash 66%. Do you see now why I don't think it's a good idea to invest in XRP? Quite frankly, the fundamentals do not back up long-term investment in this project, and I will never recommend you buy it. That being said, we're here to do short-term technical analysis, and one of the things I have to point out to you is that over the last 24 hours, we see something called a spinning top forming. For anyone who has gone through the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, you will know that we have a video here called Introduction to Candlestick Analysis. In that video, I go over something like 9 different candlestick formations and what they mean and how you can use them in your charting. This is one example. A spinning top is something. It is a candlestick formation that indicates indecision. It indicates that a market doesn't know where it wants to go. Why is that? I'll show you. This long upper wick represents that the bulls are in power. But the fact that this long upper wick became a wick and not a body means that the bulls lost power. You can see this long lower shadow right here, this long lower wick right here indicates that the bears are very excited about the market moving to the downside, but they weren't able to hold on to the reins either. These two factions, the bulls and the bears, are in fierce fighting right now, and depending on which one wins will depend on where it goes, but we simply don't have that information right now. XRP very well may have a big correction over the next couple of days, or it might continue. Tell us in the chat what you think is going to happen. I think that it could go very far. I think XRP could go back to all-time high. Here's the problem. Long term, it does not have the fundamentals backing it for me to want to invest in it. Does that mean it's a bad trade? No, guys. You go ahead and make a trade on XRP if you want to. I think there's nothing wrong with trading XRP if you see an opportunity. However, as far as investment is concerned, I don't give out financial advice, but I'm just saying this. I would certainly not advise you to invest in XRP. I do not hold any of it. It's not a project that I am a fan of. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and go back to full screen. I think that actually wraps up most of what we want to talk about. Tim, what else did we want to cover? I know something that we wanted to cover. The like button. Smash that like button, guys. Turn it blue. Make it understand just how bad we need that help, guys. Smash that like button and continue and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Tim, what you got?
Yeah, no, what I would love to know about XRP, first of all, it was a climb. We've seen it over the last couple of days. But there's also been a lot of news with that. You know, the reason why people originally got out of XRP and started saying, I'm not going to touch that, was this lawsuit coming out against it back, I think in December was when that news broke. Then we're kind of seeing reports looking like XRP is going to win, and I think that maybe is giving it some confidence. But despite that fact, we see a lot of platforms, and I don't remember all the names. We see a couple trading.
Coinbase was one of them.
I think Coinbase is keeping them.
Coinbase delisted them temporarily, I believe, but
okay,
they didn't.
Coinbase is back with them now.
Yes, I think so. Yeah,
but there are a couple others that are just delisted them, don't want it. I'm wondering because as we were talking about in our planning meeting, there is a large party of people who just love XRP. They love to preach it. They love to push it. Is this kind of a stick it to the man move that as people are kind of thinking, hey, as people are looking at XRP be delisted, they're like, oh, no, don't take it away from me like that. Watch what it does. And they're just getting involved with it. But, you know, I don't know. Let us know what you guys think. Why do you guys think XRP pumps so much? And is it here to stay? Is it going to keep going throughout quarter two? Or was this simply a weekend or like a very quick flash and it's about to drop back down?
Yeah. Hey, guys, real quick, we're going to go over price targets. Price predictions for the end of the video, for the end of the week, for anyone who didn't see it at the beginning of the show. But real quick, I just want to encourage you that for one like a day.
Oh my gosh.
For one like a day.
Oh my gosh.
You can help to feed a starving YouTuber. You can help to feed a YouTuber who has broken glasses. A YouTuber who cannot afford to buy new glasses because all of his money is in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and the people that I buy glasses from don't accept Bitcoin yet.
Why are you crying?
For one like a day, you can help to fund new glasses. So smash that like button. Tim?
Listen, smash that like button. I saw a comment earlier that suggested that the Crypto Beard be sponsored by Under Armour.
Yeah.
Under Armour, if anyone from Under Armour is watching, I accept. I will take that gladly. I love your clothing. That being said, also, just in case you guys were wondering / looking at it, someone pointed out in the chat as well, Doge is also pumping. So two of the coins that this channel has notoriously kind of been against and do not recommend you getting, they're pumping. Is that coincidental? Is that together? Is it the same people? I don't know. What's happening? I have not been able to look up news on Dogecoin. I know Mark Cuban is obviously always trying to pump it. I know Elon Musk. I think Elon Musk thinks it's a joke, and I think he's playing the joke.
Elon Musk
And
knows.
Unfortunately, some people don't realize it's a joke.
Yep.
Elon knows.
Elon knows that Dogecoin is a joke. And by the way, Dogecoin is a very funny joke. For the sake of the meme, by the way, this video is brought to you by memes everywhere. Cryptocurrency is fueled by them.
Nice.
I see so many ads for cryptocurrency, and I literally just see like a really buff Shiba Inu, right? Because it's just a Doge. Cryptocurrency is fueled by memes. We are, of course, sponsored by memes. Our entire office runs on memes. We were talking about memes earlier. Dogecoin is a meme. It is not an investment. I will leave you with that. Let's talk about our price target.
Hit the like button.
Yes. Hit the like button, says Smay.
Smash the like button!
Let's go ahead and run over those predictions, and then we're going to wrap it out, Tim.
Yes.
What do we got?
All right, so we talked about this earlier,
Smay.
but just in case you guys are... oh my gosh, that's creepy.
That is so creepy.
Just in case you guys joined in late, we have been doing this new thing where we make the prediction on Monday of what crypto will look like on Friday. And for right now, we are simply predicting ADA, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. So, Smay, Team Smee the Tree, however you want to say it. There's been a lot of names for that team. I think that means they're still in price discovery mode. But anyway, they are sitting at 115. I don't even know what just got played, but I'm assuming it was something against me. I don't care. He predicted on Friday that ADA will be 115. So I think this is the time to play that cry thing because that was clearly not going to happen. Jebb said 125.
It's
and then
sitting at 125 right now. How about that?
We're talking about Friday,
Oh, I
though.
know. Yeah, no, we're not there yet.
We're at Tuesday. Friday, I think it's going to be above my 130.
I honestly think you're
Team
right.
The Beard is sitting at
I
130.
think you're right.
Comment in chat what team you are on.
I'm giving up my team. I'm joining Team Beard for the ADA prediction.
Yes.
I think it's going to be over 130.
On Ethereum, Team Smay said 2100. This was his one, I guess he gave a good Bitcoin prediction. But he thinks Ethereum's doing well. At the moment, he actually is sitting pretty darn close to it. But again, we're predicting what's going to happen on Friday, not what's happening today. I think he went a little too low. Jebb, Team Jebb, went very, very bullish and is predicting a $2,400 Ethereum. It's realistic. I could see it happening.
Yep.
That being said, I like my choice of 22.06 and 47 cents. And that's because I think we're going to see Ethereum slightly move trading sideways for the rest of the week. But let us know in chat, what do you think? Do you think it's 21, 24, or 22.06? Let us know. I would vote Team Beard if I was you. Then the last one is Bitcoin. Now, Smay says 62,000 is a good guess. Again, all three of us were predicting that we're going to finally break this stupid $60,000 psychological barrier. He says 62,000. Jebb said 63. And what I found and what I am predicting is a little more specific, which is 63,820 and 95 cents. Pretty darn close to 64,000. Let us know in chat, what do you think on all three of those? Are you Team Smay, Team Jebb, or Team the Crypto Beard? If you want more money and if you want to win, I would say vote Team Beard.
Real quick, before we wrap it out, there's actually something that we need to cover. Smay, can you jump to the chart? Because everybody's saying Bitcoin and Ethereum and Cardano are dumping. And in fact, there is a small correction going on. So let's look at that real quick before we wrap it out, guys. Everything that is going on the chart right now, I just want to go ahead and prep you, is not going to change really anything. Right now, no major support or resistance has been broken on Ethereum, Cardano, or Bitcoin. I looked at all of this while Tim was running over all of the different predictions, but I'll go ahead and give you a slight update before we wrap it out here. We can see that Bitcoin over the last hour has dropped a couple of percentage points, about 1.1%, from where it was sitting around $58,000 to around $57,900, dropped about $1,000 and change. We can also see on Ethereum that we've dumped about 2%, and over on Cardano is perhaps the worst one. We've dropped about 5% in the last hour. Guys, at the end of the day, Cardano had a huge rally, and it makes sense that it's going to have a bit of a correction. That's simply the way these things work. We are looking for a major breakout on Ethereum and on Bitcoin, and I don't think this correction right now is hindering that in the slightest. That is my brief technical analysis on it, but really it's all there is to say about it. Let's go ahead and go back to full screen.
Now, that's just super simple.
What's your opinion,
Cardano
Tim?
just spiked really, really hard. I bet you a lot of people had things set up already when it hit a certain number to sell. Other people are saying, hey, I'm going to take the sell now, let it dip back down, and then go buying it again. It doesn't change the fundamental news that Cardano is making moves in Africa and the prospect of what that's going to mean to blockchain in general. Nothing changed. The price.
Wonder just said, stop looking so zoomed in on Bitcoin. This dip is very minor and can reverse in the next 10 minutes. Guys, that's one thing that I'll actually wrap the stream out with. This will be my last point. Whenever there's a big corrective movement or a big rally on Bitcoin or Cardano, don't get too excited about it. At the end of the day, the thing you want to look at for long-term price is the fundamentals. The fundamentals of Bitcoin look stronger today than they have in the history of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. They have only gotten stronger. They have only developed more. The same thing can be said for Ethereum and Cardano. There's nothing to be worried about no matter what the price does. The fundamentals don't lie. The future, my friend, is bright. Guys, if you haven't already, like I said, you can support a YouTuber that needs new glasses for 1 like a day. Let's see if we can get to 500 likes before the stream wraps out. If you did enjoy today's video, consider subscribing to the channel. If you haven't already, consider joining the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. The link is in the description box down below. CT2A is the academy that over 3,500 of our students have gone through to learn everything that they need to know about technical analysis so that they can make trades on these movements that we just saw in the last 10 minutes on Bitcoin and on Cardano. What's up?
Also, make sure you tune in today for Jebb's interview with BitBoy coming out. They talked about not only Bitcoin and why it's going to get over 60, but Ethereum, what Ethereum's doing, and Cardano. I think you guys are going to find that very interesting. It was before all of this breakout with Cardano, but that being said, I would be very interested. I haven't even got to see it yet. I'm going to watch it.
I think it was good. I think it was good. Shout out to Ben over at BitBoy Crypto. Go ahead and subscribe to him. I've talked to him many times. I have his phone number. We've been on calls. I can tell you behind the scenes, he's just as wholesome of a guy as he is on camera. Really appreciate everything that he's done for the cryptocurrency space. Guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's stream. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.